Ooh, oh, there we go. That's better. Hey, Jody. Hi, Jean. Oh, thank you, Jean. You're sweet. I'm glad to see you. Hey, Jody. Hi, Jean. Oh, thank you, Jean. You're sweet. Hi, Renee. Ooh, getting a little blurry. That's not good. All right, well, it is time. I'll check my watch till I get my technology all ready here. It is 8:30, and welcome to a Tuesday night Facebook Live. My name's Barb Reed. I'm the Wexford Stamper, and tonight we are officially starting our Christmas project. So Halloween and Thanksgiving aren't here yet, but we're officially on the road to Christmas. And I'm doing a vendor show this weekend, so I'm awfully excited to show you some of my projects. And tonight will be the first one that we're going to have. And I'm going to be using the Let It Snow suite here. This is one of the new suites in our new catalog. If you don't have a holiday catalog, please let me know. I'll get one right to you. And this is the suite we're using tonight. It's called the Let It Snow suite. It has a cute little snowman. And I'll show you, I have the stamp set right here. So cute. We have 3 different snowman images. And then there is a snowman punch that you can get to punch out this snowman image right there. Oh, good, Renee. I'm glad you got your journal. Thanks for watching. All right, so let's put those aside. I want to show you a few of my other projects. I like to show you some cards. I'm really kind of a 3D person, but I do make cards, believe it or not, as well. And I just wanted to show you some of the other things that I made using the same suite. And this is just a card using the snowman suite. And this one I just used the image that you don't punch out there. And I just use my blends to color it in. Very easy. This is some of the adorable paper that you get with the suite. And then I did a little bit of embossing for the Merry Christmas there. But that is such a cute little card. Very easy to make. I just love the snowman. All right. Now these little tags that I made here, I use the snowman image that you have to punch out using the snowman punch. So you stamp him. I stamped him on the white, whisper white paper. And then I used my punch to punch him out, his arms, and his hat. All those images have stamps, and then you can punch them out using the punch. I colored them again with my blends. I used a background stamp here, a buffalo check stamp, to make these cute little snowman gift tags. And they even have the little to from in the set, so you can even put those on the back. Hi, Lisa. Glad you could join. So these are some of my favorites. I really love these. And these you get a chance to cut out the little snowman. And I love that one as well. And then here I used the cutout snowman and made a little box. This would be a great to make little treat boxes. You can get these boxes in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. And you can fill those with any kinds of treats. They'd be great for a table favor over the holidays. Really simple to make and fun. So that's another example of something I made. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. And then my last one here is going to be very similar to our treat box we're making tonight. I use the same image here, but this is a little pull card. Okay, that moves a little bit, and you have the Let It Snow on the inside there. It has a little mechanism in there, and then you just open it up inside, and then you have your sentiment inside. And I added a few little snowflakes made out of the silver foil paper. So fun, fun, fun. I love this set, and I know many of my friends already have it, and I hope I can give you some good ideas on how to use it. All right, so for today, let's bring in our project for today. This is a popcorn, and hot chocolate treat box. So this would be fun to give to a friend that when it's snowing outside, you can say, let it snow, but I'm going to stay inside and watch movies and eat popcorn and drink hot chocolate. So it's a really great little gift. Very inexpensive to make. You can make a lot of these for your neighbors or your postman, or if you have friends, coworkers at the office, this would be a great choice as well. I was able to get the popcorn at the Dollar Tree, 3 packs in a box, so that would be roughly 30 cents for that. And then the Swiss Miss was probably 20 or less. So it's a really inexpensive gift. You could also pop in a little candy cane there if you'd want to. Just a cute little gift, something different that they'd actually use for a gift. I always like to give treats that I think that will be used, and I think this is a great one. And another reason I like this box is you can make it out of a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Sometimes you get these bigger boxes like this, and it takes a larger piece of paper, which I don't always have around. I have my 8.5 11, but sometimes I don't have those around. And this one you can use the 8.5 by 11. So it makes it much nicer, and then you can really make a bunch of them. All right, so let's get started. What you're going to start with is a piece of real red cardstock cut at 11 by 7. Okay, 11 by 7. Now don't worry, I will have all these dimensions put on my blog by the end of the week, hopefully. I have a vendor show coming up on Saturday, and I have been just working away on that, but I'm hoping to get my blog caught up by the end of the weekend. So you're going to start with a piece of real red, 11 by 7. All right, now I'm going to bring in my scoring board. And we're going to first do our scoring across the long side, the 11-inch side. Okay, and on the long side, I am going to score at 3 1/4, 4, 8, 8 3/4. All right, that's all the scoring you're going to do across the long side. Then we're going to turn it clockwise, and on the short side, we're going to score at 3/4 and 1 1/2. And that's it. That's it. All right, let's bring that over here now. And I'm going to get my bone folder, and I'm going to go ahead and crease on all my score lines. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's finally fall. Getting to wear some sweatshirts and sweaters. I certainly do like that. Get out my sweatshirts. I am happy. I am very happy when I don't sweat all the time. So I am very excited for fall to be here. I hope you folks are as well. All right, so I have creased all my score lines here on the paper. Now, let me bring in a template of what we're looking to do. All right, this is what my paper is going to look like when I'm finished. Okay, so how do we get from here to here? Very simple. Let me show you. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start on the right side, and you have those 2 score lines right going horizontal. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to cut across the top horizontal, across one vertical to the second vertical line. Everybody see what I did there? Cross 2 to the second vertical. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing on the next one. Going to cut across the first vertical to the second. Okay, then I'm going to cut off that piece and cut off that piece. All right, so it's just going to leave this little tab here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of trimming there just to make so it'll have a easier time being put together. All right, everybody follow me so far? Oops, I was out of the frame, sorry. All right, so if we look at this, we were halfway to where we were. And what's so nice about this is you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now this side is a little longer. You'll notice you're gonna have to cut a little farther, but you're gonna do the same thing. Go up to the second score line and then cut across to the second vertical score line. Then you're gonna go to the first score line, cut across the first vertical to the second. Okay, then you're gonna snip off this piece to get your first little tab, and then you're gonna cut off the bottom there. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim here to make my tabs, and voila. Okay, so it matches up the same as my template. I will put a picture of the template on my blog so you can get a feel for what that's supposed to look like after you're done cutting. But here it is. All right, so we're done our cutting. We're ready to put it together. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it over so that I'm looking at the inside of it. Okay. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put my, the back of the box together. Let me get my sample here. Okay, if you notice, because we're using a smaller piece of paper, doesn't cross all the way over to the edge on the back. It comes right down a little off center in the back. Okay, so this is the first adhering we need to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tear and tape, my favorite stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put tear and tape on the side that is smaller. If you notice, if you look from here, these are the score lines. This side is a little larger than this side here. So I'm gonna put my tear and tape on the shorter line, okay? And while I've got my tear and tape out, I'm also gonna put it on this bottom tab, okay? So now we can get it together pretty easily. Now, let's go ahead and take the adhesive backing off our paper, and I have learned to use my take your pick tool, and I'm finding that much easier because my fingernails just don't work very well. So, all right, then I'm going to take the ends of the box and I'm going to fold here on the outer score line, fold here on the inner score line, and just let them fall together. And then you can pop it up and see that you have the box made like that. Okay, it's very easy than trying to hold it up in the air and make sure that it's even. If you do it laying down like that, it makes a nicer box. You have a much more squared corners and things. All right, then I'm gonna take my two little tabs right there and I'm just gonna tuck them in. And then on my, oh, now what am I doing? I am picking with my fingernails, not a good look. Let's go ahead and grab my U-pick tool. And comes off so easily. I'm going to just slide those tabs into the box. And then I'm going to fold this over on the outside of the box. Instead of flapping it inside, I'm just gonna stick it outside because I feel like that's a little more rigid and sturdy for the contents of the box. And there it is. There's the box. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some decorating of the box. Now I'm gonna measure this for you here. The front of the box is 4 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead because I think it'll help us to have something inside as we're putting on the decorating. So I'm gonna put in my microwave popcorn and my hot chocolate inside. That's gonna give me a firmer surface to work on. So go ahead and stuff your box before you start decorating it. All right, then I'm gonna take a piece of designer series paper. This is from the Snowman Suite. I'm using a different design here, but this is just the prettiest paper. It's got mittens, it's got a page with scarves, it has snowmen, really, really cute. And I love the Coastal Cabana and the Real Red combination together. At first I thought, well, that's not very Christmassy, but when you add it in with the snowman, it really, really looks great. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on the back of my designer series paper. And I gotta reach way across. I got it. All right, so I'm gonna take my Tombow and I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the back and I'm gonna adhere it right to the front. And what I did is, when I measured the front of the box, I took a 1/4 inch off the height and the width, and that's the size of my designer series paper piece. Okay, all these dimensions of everything will be on my blog by the end of the week. All right. Okay, what do we do next? Let's go ahead and tie the ribbon on, because that needs to go on before we put our snowman on. I am using some gorgeous ribbon from the Snowman Suite, and it is, what kind of ribbon is it? It is ruched ribbon, so it's got a little bit of pleats to it. Really, really beautiful. I've gone through many, many rolls of this, so I really love this. So I'm going to cut a piece of that. And now I'm feeling the pressure. I'm going to have to cut on Facebook Live. Please be nice. All right, so I'm going to bring it around the back of the box. And if you notice my finished box here, my bow is tied to the right side of the box. So I'm going to shoot for that. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, tie, and I'm going to move my knot over to the right side of the box. And here we go. Drum roll, please. All right, now you gotta, once you're done, don't look at it and say, oh, that doesn't look so good. You gotta do some floofing. Okay, yes, that is a technical term where you kind of play around with your ribbon a little bit till you get it the way you want. You gotta put your fingers in the loops a little bit and pull on the tails until you get it about the right size. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, now I'm gonna cut off the ends, and when I cut the ends, I like to cut them at a little bit of an angle, okay? Because I like the way that looks with the box. Okay, so I did it, I got it, how about it? Didn't take me too long to get that on there. So now all we have left to do is our front image. Okay, and what I did to make that is, I cut out the largest of the stitch shape circles. These are these, if you don't have these are a fabulous addition to your craft supplies. Okay, I'm using the biggest circle there. They also have the ovals and they also have squares. So I've got all of those. And then there is the layering circles that come with the coordinating scallop circles. So I found the scallop and I cut that out in the real red, and that fits perfectly with my stitch circle. So that's what we're gonna go with. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get out my snowman. Here is my snowman image from the set. It's a photopolymer set, so you can see right through it and know exactly where you're going. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stamp it on here as best I can. I'm using the Memento ink because I'm going to be using some blends, and the blends are alcohol-based markers. Oh my goodness, I made it shake. Sorry about that, guys. And if you would use a water-based ink with that, they would get all runny and it wouldn't look very good. So you want to make sure that you're using the Memento ink, best for with the, okay, for with the blends. All right, I was thinking of something else before I got started. All right, now, what colors do we need? I'm going to use the real red, okay, and I'm going to color in using the bullet point. If you look at these, the one end is a bullet point, and the other end is more of like a brush tip. So depending on the area that you're coloring, you can kind of choose which one you like best. Okay, so I'm going to go up here on my little stocking cap, and I'm going to color in the real red there, and then I'm going to color in some of these stripes here on this adorable little scarf. Not a whole lot of coloring to do with this guy, but it does really add a lot. All right, now the next thing I need is my Calypso Coral And yes, I'm walking over to get my Calypso coral because I forgot it. And I'm back. And I got my Calypso coral, and that's going to color in the little carrot on his here. All right. Now, if you notice on this box, and I'll hold it up close to the camera, I used some of the pool party, the light pool party, to kind of make some shading on the left side of the snowman, and then a little bit along the bottom, just to make it look a little more three-dimensional. So let me show you how I did that. Really super simple. I took the light pool party. Remember, there's a light and a dark for each one of these, but we are going to be using the light here. And I actually use the brush tip for this. And what I do is I just go down a little bit along the edge of his head and his belly and his bottom there, across the bottom, just kind of where the sun might be, a shadow might be shining a little bit under this here, maybe a little bit under his cap. Okay, just a little bit, very, very, very light, but it does make it look a little more three-dimensional. I really like how that looks. Okay, so that actually is all the coloring we have to do. Not much with our blends tonight, but it really does make a great look. All right, now what's next? We're going to take our image on our stitch circle, and we're going to go ahead and adhere it right here to our real red scallop. Isn't that so cute? All right, now I'm going to bring in my box, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. Now remember, we're going to be putting it over the ribbon, okay? So you want to put dimensionals on the top. I'm going to put 2, and then I'm going to put 2 on the bottom, and it's going to kind of straddle the ribbon on there. So I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the top and 2 on the bottom. Let's get those backings off. They're all over the floor in my craft room. You should see it everywhere. On my cat, everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this in, straddling over, and then adhering top and bottom. And there we go. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love it. All right, we have one more thing to do, and that is to make our little Let It Snow. And I'm looking around, not seeing my little strip of paper that I cut out for, oh no. Okay, I cut it out just before coming on here. Hold on. Okay, I'm missing it. All right, I'm gonna have to cut another one. Oh dear. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Sorry. Okay, now I need to go ahead and stamp my Let It Snow on this strip. It's Coastal Cabana, and it's 2 inches by 1 inch. And I'm going to be using my Real Red ink for that. And we're going to use the Let It Snow. This is in the set as well. I'm going to stamp that right on the strip. So cute. And then I'm going to cut it to make my little banner. Okay, where are you? You would think I would be ready. Oh, yep. Just looking for my punch I love to use. And all my girls love to use this one too. This is the a label punch. And what I do is I take my little banner and then I bring it inside the punch, just so that the corners are just coming into where you can see them in the punch, and then I just punch, and that gives me a nice, clean little banner. Love doing that. You can do it with your scissors, and it works really well, but this way is really, really precise and looks very nice. I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back of the banner, and I'm going to slide him in down here at the bottom. And that is it. That is the project. So easy, so cute. I'm going to be selling these at my vendor show this weekend, and I think they're going to be a big hit. We'll see how they go. I'll let you know. But I think it's a great idea for a friend or for somebody you know, just something little that they would really appreciate during the Christmas season. So that's project number 1. And let me show you what's coming up for next time. Okay, I got a new set called Yummy Christmas, and we will talk about that next time. But this I made using the Yummy Christmas set. It's a little set that has a gingerbread house. Okay, and I made a little box, put the gingerbread house and trees on the front, and then we have some Ghirardelli squares inside, and then we put a little tag on the top. So I'll show you next time how to make the box and how to put the bag together. But this is a real cute, inexpensive gift that would be a great thing for a teacher or for anybody. So we're going to be working on this one next time, and I'll show you some other projects that I made with the Yummy Christmas set as well. So thank you for joining me tonight, and I'm glad that you could make it, and enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.